Good morning, team. Happy Thanksgiving week. It's Tuesday, November 24th. I'm Amy Corr, and I'm live out of the Goose Island office with Kevin Van Eck. We are excited to be with you, so grab your mug and join us for another episode of Coffee with Amy and Kevin.
Hi, good morning, Amy. Good morning, everyone. Yes, make sure you've got your coffee full, and thank you for joining us today. This week kicks off holiday season. So what does that mean? It means there's a huge opportunity for us to really build relationships or reconnect with those that we haven't. So that's going to be one of our focuses, which is taking the advantage that we have during this season to have a reason to reach out. Now, we can reach out at any time throughout the year, but specifically now, reaching out to see how people are doing, how they're feeling, what they're doing for the holidays, and to reconnect is going to have a huge impact on your business. And even though this year has been challenging for everybody, I think that adds to the advantage we have. Everybody is craving connection. Everyone is craving communication. And so we need to take advantage of that.
Kevin, I couldn't agree more. This is the time of year that I always feel like it is so easy to pick up the phone or have that authentic conversation. So here is what I'd like all of you to do today. I know many of you should already be doing this because we've been focusing on prospecting, focusing on our 150 or our 200 in our database. But if you haven't done that yet, that's okay. What I want all of you to focus on right now is finding your top 50 people. Those are your top prospects. Those are your people that you know, past clients, top referral sources. I want you to pick your top 50, and you've got 39 days left until the end of the year. I would like you to reach out to 50 people by the end of the year. That is a little bit more than one person a day. It's probably 1.25 people a day that I'd like you to reach out to. And I will guarantee you, if you just take these 50 people and you focus on reaching out, and again, to Kevin's point, it's so easy to pick up the phone right now and just say, how are you doing? Was thinking of you, wanted to wish you happy holidays. It's so easy to do that. But I can guarantee you, if you take these 50 people and you reach out, I bet that by the start of the new year, January 1st, 2021, you will have at least one business opportunity waiting for you. So let's just do it. Stop everything else you're doing. Focus on these 50, make a point of reaching out, and I can guarantee it'll create success for you.
Absolutely. And I love that you said that. Think about if we reached out to 50 people between now and the end of the year, Amy, just based on the number of responses we've gotten from people who have reached out to two of their contacts, and the results that we're seeing from there enormous. So remember, it is a great time to reach out. And in order to build our pipeline, in order to create a great 2021, we have to create it. That means we have to take action. So I love this challenge, reaching out to 50 people over the next 39 days. The results are going to be amazing.
They are going to be amazing. So this week, Kevin, we kicked off yesterday morning, Monday, talking about consistency. You know, we've talked about a lot of things over the 8 weeks of It's All About Love, but I think consistency is key. And what we want to talk to all of you about this morning is how to create consistency in my business using some of the tools that are at your fingertips. Specifically, we want to focus in on AppDrive. It's one of the best tools that we have available for you to use in your business. And let's face it, we've got buyers and we've got sellers. If we just have a handful of clients, it's usually pretty easy to manage our days and get information out to them. But one of the biggest goals you're going to set for yourself as you go into 2021 is I want more clients. So there's going to be more people you're going to need to be reaching out to and basically staying on top of, making sure you're giving them the best client experience possible. The best way to do that and to create consistency across the board for all of your clients is to set up systems. And the best thing that you can do using AppDrive is to create some templates for your clients ahead of time so that as you get new client opportunities, instead of having to reinvent the wheel, you can easily pull from your templates and send information out to your clients. So I'm going to focus on sellers and AppDrive. The first template that I want you to think about setting up is in regards to what you send after that first initial phone call. So usually you're getting an email or you have a phone conversation with a potential lead or client. Once you've had that phone call, what I'd like you to do is set up a template in AppDrive with all of your follow-up. This follow-up is going to include just some great information to get them to learn a little bit more about you before you go to that next meeting, which is usually the walkthrough of the property. So you can set up a template at Drive that already has some great information. You can put in an intro letter. This can be a templated letter that just says you're really excited about the opportunity to earn their business. You could also crank it up a notch and you could make that a video. That would obviously have to be custom for everyone, but you could set up the template in Drive so you could easily put a video in. So whether it's a video thanking them for the opportunity or a created template that you just tweak a little bit for each client, if you already have it there, it's that much easier to make sure that you get it out. The other things that you can include that will already be in this template are things like your testimonials that you've gotten from past clients. Insert your bio or your work experience. That is something you can already have preloaded in this template. You can also have in there what your process is when you're working with sellers. That is probably something that you already have outlined as to what you do and what your value difference is. You can have that inserted and ready to go. You can also put in there questions that they can consider when they're interviewing brokers. This is a great thing for you to put in there. So if they are interviewing other agents, you know going in there, you're going to be able to answer these questions, but letting them know what they should be considering as they make a decision can be really important. So think about having this already laid out. So when you get that phone call from a brand new seller, all you have to do is throw in the 20% that is specific to this client. 80% is already in Drive, and then boom, off it goes. Makes it really easy. So that's the first outreach for a seller. The second template that you can create is after the walkthrough and before the closing meeting. That is the meeting where you're going to sit down and you're going to ask for the business. So after you've done the walkthrough, you can, again, create a template that is set up that has a follow-up email that outlines everything that you talked about. But then you can also include in there the CMA. You can include in there, again, things that you do like vendor resources that you have for them. That's something that you can already have preloaded in a template. You can have the listing agreement ready to go and already in there and slotted for where you would put it in the template. You could have the disclosures in there. Again, this is all of the information. You can have your marketing and sales strategy. Now, again, each of you should already have a marketing and sales strategy outline that you create for every single client. Now, you may tweak it a little bit and put in 123 Main Street, which is the name of their address. But again, 90% of that should already be outlined. So imagine if you already had this in a templated format, and then you put in some of the custom things for this particular client, you're already 80% of the way there. It makes sure that what you're sending is really consistent. It's consistent with your value proposition. It's consistent with your brand, and it makes it easier for you to do this over and over again. So think about setting these templates up right now so that as you get busy for 2021, it's easy to roll them out and be really efficient and consistent with all the new business that's going to come your way.
Yeah, that's so great. What I love is that you're making it easy by creating these templates, making it easy to raise the bar for yourself and for your clients, right? So Amy talked about listings and sellers. Let's talk about buyers really quickly. A lot of it is the same, but it's going to be a little bit of a different template. You could use this for buyers similar to how Amy described using it for sellers after that initial phone call. And really, the template that you set up in Drive is going to be something you can clone for every buyer meeting that you are setting up. But the key is what you include there is going to be pretty much the same as you do for a listing presentation. It's going to be all about you. So you can have an intro. As Amy said, it could be written or video. You could include your bio, your testimonials. You can include references, which is something that would be great to include as well. But the other thing that would be really great to include would be the process by which you work with buyers. Because a lot of times buyers have questions about it. This would be an easy way for you to deliver that information to them, and you don't need to recreate the wheel for every buyer. You have this template within Drive that you simply clone for each buyer meeting after that initial phone call. So then the second thing when it comes to buyers that we can use Drive for is for offer submission. And so again, with consistency, making sure that we're raising the bar, making sure that we're making it easy for ourselves to do that, is to set up a template for offer submission so that whenever you're submitting an offer to a listing agent, that you have all of the information or slots there to ensure that you're delivering everything the listing agent needs to communicate with the seller to deliver your offer. Because how you deliver that makes a big difference in how it's received by the seller and the communication and negotiation that happens afterward. So things you might include in this with your offer submission, it could be the cover letter. It could be that is directed towards the seller. It could be a templated letter from your clients. You help them write it, but a letter to the seller from your buyers. It could be the contract, of course. If you're sending over contract, you need to submit that. And then also all of the disclosures and comparables, if necessary, to help justify the offer price at which your clients are submitting. So build this now, because you will always have this template to clone to make it easier. So every time you're submitting an offer for a buyer, you have the template there to clone and use.
All great points, Kevin. Thank you. So a lot of you guys are probably wondering, where can I get some of this information? So in this week 8 collateral package, I did include some of the things that you could include or incorporate when you set up each of these templates. So that's included in the collateral. In addition, as part of this email that you're getting sent out today, we do have a link to an @Drive video. So if you want to learn how to use @Drive and be able to set these templates up, just take some time to look through the video. It's a really easy tool to use. And I can guarantee once you use it, you will absolutely fall in love with it and be using it for so many different aspects of your business. So before we wrap, though, I do know there is one thing that Kevin really wanted to focus on today. He's very passionate today about this. He's got a pro tip for all of you that he is going to share.
Yes, thank you. I am passionate about it. I get a little yelly sometimes about this because we have a CRM, right? And last week, and even yesterday on our week 8 kickoff, we talked about prospecting and how to reaching out to people, getting past whether it's fear or whatever the roadblock is, getting past it. Here's the thing: we've gotten a lot of feedback. We're hearing from agents that are reaching out to their people. How can we make this consistent? Because that's our topic this week. How can we make that action consistent? Here's how. We have a CRM. The CRM is easy to use. It is in platform. It is connected to all of the other tools. But here's what I want you to do. When someone comes to mind and you reach out and you text them or you call them, maybe an email, whatever it might be, log it into the CRM. Number one, make sure that person is in your CRM. Number two, log it into the CRM. But here is the pro tip. Put a future outreach date in. That's number one. Put a future outreach date in. Some of these people that we're connecting with, we haven't talked with in 2 years, 5 years, a long period of time. Let's not let that happen again. And let's foster relationships. So put in that future outreach date. The second thing is to make sure that you rank your people. So if I call someone today, we have a great conversation. Maybe I get a referral. Maybe we just have a great conversation and reconnect. I'm going to rank them based on their likelihood to refer me. Whether that's A, B, or C, I'm going to rank them. And here's how it creates consistency. Every time, whether it's an A, B, or C, however we rank them, they are going to show up in our Sphere outreach tasks in the CRM. So again, in addition to any future outreach we leave there, it'll also automatically remind us on the frequency, whether they're an A, B, or C. That means 30 days, 90 days, or 180 days. Within that frequency, they will appear within our outreach tasks to make sure that we don't let the relationship slide. And if we do what Amy is talking about, 50 people between now and the end of the year, you will have 50 ranked clients in your CRM. You have 50 future outreach dates. And think about the impact, not only from this first phone call, but think about if you mark them all, let's just say Bs. That's 4 times a year you will reach out to them. That is 200 outreach to these people that you will be conducting over the next year in 2021 to build your 2022 pipeline and generate referrals. So that's the end of the pro tip. I get really excited about it because it could not be easier to really create consistency in your business by doing small actions and making it easy to do them consistently and repetitively.
Now that is a passionate pro tip if I've ever heard one. So on that note, I think we want to tell everyone to have an amazing week. It is Thanksgiving on Thursday, and we really hope that each and every one of you has some downtime. I know it's kind of an interesting year to have Thanksgiving with COVID, but we want you to have a happy, healthy day. Enjoy the time with friends, family, loved ones. You guys work your tails off, and you truly deserve it, because we'll be back up and running on Monday, and we'll be ready to see you at 9 a.m. Right, Kevin?
Yes. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving week. We'll see you on the Monday following. And remember,
love yourself,
love others,
and love what you do.
Make it a great day. Make it a great rest of the week, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, guys. Happy Thanksgiving.